Dire team pick. Navi's turn to pick.
Mars!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Mereska has arrived.
We're getting ready for game number 2 draft here between Na'Vi and Winstrike. Winstrike are only one
10
map away
seconds
from
remaining.
losing this series 2-0, and they certainly don't want that to happen. Are we going to continue the trend
5
for
seconds
the 3
remaining.
mappers for every single one of these series, lads? Who knows?
Who knows? Oh, we're right into it. Into the thick of things. It was Na'Vi chose Radiant, I believe, and
Yep.
Winstrike chose second pick. So not wanting to have those first two, I was kind of thinking that you want to make sure that you can deal with this Phoenix, but this is the next best way, right? Take the
Navi's
Mars for
turn to
yourself.
ban.
I was like surprised, like if they knew that like a Phoenix is first pick, and then just leave the Mars open, and if the Na'Vi picks Phoenix
Dire
and Mars,
team ban.
just pick Ricky.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of doable. Like
But you don't want to
Na'Vi
pick
know
Kirk
that
first.
Ricky was the
Yeah.
counter to it. They banned it out last
Yeah.
time when they saw that that was the early game matchup that they had. It's
I think
don't
that's
know.
why second pick is like
Phoenix
not
is still
bad,
pretty
yeah.
good against the Mars, right? Like the damage is percentage
Yeah.
based. So he's a
10
strength hero.
seconds
He could throw up his shield all he wants. You're still doing all of that spell damage through it. So
5
even though Na'Vi
seconds
like to
remaining.
play it as much more of this healing style since it is in the position 5 role, I think it's still a nice matchup. And Rubik Mars, it's a decent enough lane as well.
Yeah, some people think like Phoenix is like a weaker like lane hero, but as long as you're hitting that 2 Fire Spirit level 1, you already win your lane.
Well, it's
Out
not
of
that it's
4,
weak at all times. It's this roller coaster,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's like I think it's 51 seconds or 41 seconds, one of the two that the level 1 cooldown is. So you really need to take advantage of all the time that he's not
Navi's
able to
turn
do that
to
and
ban.
abuse the lane as much as you can.
Yep. And Rubik picked up
Dire
against
team
the
ban.
Willow. That's another surprising move.
The Rubik,
Yeah.
yeah, I think so too. I think it's a little greedy, right? Because Rubik, he's not one of those heroes that has the inherent self-save, you know, the ability to get away from the Willow. If it was something like, I don't know, a Mirana or something like that, you
10
can leap
seconds
away.
remaining.
If it's something like an Oracle, you can just Fate's Edict yourself, but you don't really want to be
5
going into
seconds
items like a
remaining.
Glimmer Cape for yourself to
Navi's
save you from
turn
that,
to
you know,
ban.
1v1 burst down by the enemy position for support. You want to go for an Aether Lens into either a Force Staff or a Blink Dagger. So I'm not liking it all that much, but maybe they've got something planned for the rest of their
Dire
draft.
team
Doom's not
ban.
going to come out though because they've banned that out themselves.
Ricky ban here from Na'Vi, so it seems like maybe they're just on this Ricky hate train right now, maybe not wanting to pick it up against the Mars. And I don't know, I guess it is kind of good against the Phoenix. Well, right? You know, you get that Diffusal Blade, the Cloud kind of hinders what the Phoenix wants to do.
Just silence him. Easy.
10 seconds remaining.
Was the Void Spirit banned last game? Because I still feel like that's a decent enough pick this time
5
around. You know, you've
seconds
got the Shadow
remaining.
Realm, of course, to be able to get away as that Dark Willow, but something like a Void Spirit, A, can deal a lot of AoE damage, and B, if you're on point and you're just Shadow Realm TPing away, you've got that Aether Remnant to disrupt, and you can go into something like an Acceptor so you can get rid of that Stun Ray in these team fights. So I think Void Spirit's going to be a really nice pickup for Winstrike if they can get it.
Yeah, I think they're just like all these teams are worrying about the picking Void Spirit and Ember Spirit just because they don't really do like good damage against the
Dire
tanky
team
heroes.
pick.
And I think we've been seeing like a lot of lane-oriented heroes,
Navi's
like few of the
turn to
tanky heroes.
Enchantress.
And that's why like these two heroes are not like using their, you know, like spells like efficiently. And I think that's the main reason why spirits are not getting picked often
I
in
guess.
European scene.
They don't have a
Yeah.
ton of HP though, you know, you mentioned that point.
Mhm.
It's not like there's a lot of bulk on the
10
Na'Vi side, and
seconds remaining.
they're just not wanting to reveal all too much. You know, Enchantress is the most commonly picked
5
hero across
seconds
both of these
remaining.
teams. I suppose you were never at risk of it going away just yet, considering it's most likely going to be always one of Fly's Phoenix on Navi's side. But I don't know. I just feel like it's a bit of a nothing pick, you know?
I'm surprised like them picking out Enchantress against Willow here. Because I know in lane it can be good, but like later in the game, like if it goes like pretty even or mid late game, I think Willow does so much. But I think they have to really pick up like what to pick up for general, because I think there is not many offlane heroes as well left.
5 seconds.
Yeah, what's been removed? We've got the Mag's gone.
Mars is gone, Slaughter's gone,
Pango's
Doom's gone, Clock's gone, Pango's gone.
I mean,
really
Beastmaster was banned out in the first phase last time around by Winstrike, and that's still in the pool. It's not something that's too bad, you know. They're lacking a little bit of tower push outside or some sustained damage, I suppose, when this Haunt's on cooldown. So you do want to be able to create some pressure around the map. They're gonna go for a Monkey King, huh? For Winstrike. Instant response, picking up the Bat Rider. Well, there's that space creation, there's that pressure.
Yep.
Problem solved.
Like,
All right.
I was expecting Winstrike to pick up like some PL here, because like you're either gonna be versing against Rider or what is it, Beastmaster, or just Timbersaw. Maybe like that's why like Timbersaw is open.
Yeah.
They got rid of the Broodmother, lads. I talked about this when we saw the lobby. I was like, brood them.
Yeah, they've got that last overall pick of the draft. So, you know, just hoping that you can rely on Rabel, because he is a very solid mechanical player. It's just a matter of, is he going to be able to pull it across the line? Not with the cheese pick coming through from the Brood, but let's have a bit of a think. You know, what are they lacking right now? What can't they deal with Navi's lineup against Winstrike for where they might be looking to put this? You've got good AoE, lacking a little bit of lockdown, to be perfectly honest. So something that's a little bit mobile might be nice. Storm Spirit's already gone. Ember.
Invoker?
Invoker's all right.
Yep.
Would you have to go like an Exort Invoker though? Because
I think Rex is better.
Yeah. Because the buff
Navi.
strat that we've seen OG do.
Even like a Wind Ranger seems like not bad for
Yeah.
Navi. Just like locking on this
10 seconds
Monkey
remaining.
King. Pacing like maybe like what is Monkey
5
King's ulti gonna
seconds
do? You just Wind Ranger and just focus fire him inside. Like as long as you're not getting disabled by Mars and Rubik, I think Navi, I mean the Wind Ranger just have a really.
It is an Iceberg style of hero, but he hasn't played it a ton. That's the thing, you know. So, what's to do? He occasionally does do the Bat Rider and just goes on these crazy dives into the other side of the base, and you know, it's something that I think he could very well accomplish. But you know, Invoker's still in the pool for him as well. Ember Spirit's still in the pool. Is there comfortable? There is, but again, it just feels a little bit too passive, for our opinion. Zeus enables a little bit of a global strat to come through, and you know, you can deal with Mars quite nicely, you can deal with the Enchantress quite nicely. Rubik still, again, relatively squishy. You're wanting to not go for something like a Glimmer Cape on those heroes. Maybe on the edge, but we've seen a lot of people just straight rush a mech, you know, not even getting boots or anything like that. So we'll see how they opt to go with
What
the
does
last few
Navi
picks.
need to get rid of then, lads? They got rid of a pick here. Is there anything else that's kind of cheesy that's thinking in your mind here that Rabel can pick up?
I think they should remove Kindle Pain, because I just feel like this Bat Rider seems to be mid. Or unless like General feels like anything confident, like in the offlane against the Monkey King plus Enchantress, then they'll probably go take that route. But I think it's just safer Navi banning some mid heroes, and they ban the Invoker.
Invoker's fine. General's more commonly playing the Bat Rider. Iceberg can, so you've got that little bit of flex available. But I'd say it's most likely going to be General's hero, just because an alright time against this Monkey King.
Yeah,
so I think it's
I don't really see
seconds
many
remaining.
like other offlaners who can like who's gonna be laning against this Monkey King
5
Enchantress.
seconds remaining.
It's just way too strong.
That's
like,
way
it's
too
really-
good, yeah. So contested, I mean, yeah, Void Spirit, Ember Spirit, they're the main two that I'm really seeing here, considering that Invoker has been banned out. Pugna, nah, not feeling that great about the Pugna. Maybe if they wanted a bit more tower push.
Why we don't see any Earth Spirit mid?
Because it's
Europeans
not Southeast
do Earth
Asia,
Spirit
that's why.
mid.
Europeans don't do it,
Navi's
dude.
turn to pick.
They're not on the same page as the Southeast Asians. Those guys have been rocking that for a long time now, and it looks insane. And I really feel like a lot of these European mid players can abuse that hero as well, much like the Southeast Asian.
So I feel like Ember and Void Spirit,
Dire team
it seems like it lacks something, but with the Earth Spirit, as long as you're like fine with like laning, then I think it's all
right.
Lina mid.
Another Lina. Why not? You know, it's fine. I like the fact that Winstrike banned out the Zeus because I feel like that was probably where Na'Vi were hoping to go. You know, enabling that push strat. Push at the global strat. It would have left them a bit weak on push, I suppose, though. So I think Lina kind of ticked both of those boxes in terms of burst damage and the ability to take some towers.
Yep. There's not many good mid hero to pick against Lina as well here. Kino Pain Park. Like,
TAs?
I don't think
the
they
Batrider?
will do TA against Batrider.
Rabel's hero here needs something.
Yeah, they went Kino Pain.
The Queen of Pain here for Winstrike.
Again, I just feel like it's making the best of a not so great situation, kind of like the Juggernaut pick that we saw coming out for them last time. I feel like the Batrider is going to have a very good game. General plays it amazingly. It's against a Monkey King and an Enchantress, which can't really do all that much. I'm feeling pretty positive about the Rubik and Mars lane, though. They might have a decent time here, but yeah, I think
I have to go Na'Vi.
Yeah, me too. I think 2 out of 3 lanes are going to go Na'Vi's way, and they've got the Spectre for the late game, and they've got the team fights, though, Na'Vi.
So I think basically the same start for game number 2 and game number 1. Na'Vi going off to a...
Not quite as much, but still enough to be able to drag them across the line.
All right, well, boys here on the panel are going to go with Na'Vi for a 2-0 sweep. So we're going to head into game number 2, and fingers crossed we got Fog this time if he's joined by Odin Pixel.
We do. It should be loud and clear. Fogged, we've got the lineups. Panel seems to like what Na'Vi's got going on here once more. I mean, would you agree, or do you believe in the Monkey King?
Not too much, I'll be honest. I really love Na'Vi's draft, except for the fact they don't have a natural frontliner. I think that's the one thing I'm seeing that they do lack. They have some fairly squishy heroes besides that Spectre. The Spectre can act as the frontliner later on. I like their draft. They have General on like one of his most comfortable heroes. Iceberg dominated on that Lina before. And yeah, Spectre Phoenix, this is a really strong late game style draft that I feel like if Winstrike, there's a lineup where I feel like you can't make too many mistakes. You make 1, 2, maybe 2 mistakes is enough. You just lose the game eventually. You have the Monkey King Queen Pain. It has to work. It has to work well in the early game. First 20 minutes have to be on point.
I mean, the Monkey King is just not a hero we see being played too. I mean, what do you think was it about this game that made Winstrike want to go for the Monkey King?
I think it was just seeing the two squishy supports. Not too sure, because it doesn't really look like anything that. I don't see any like super glaring. Oh my God, Monkey King's amazing. No, like you can versus Willow and Phoenix. Like these 2 heroes have low armor, so the straight physical damage like from a Boundless is pretty solid. But Batrider eats you all game. Yeah,
Batrider is going to be. I mean, yeah. As you say, sure they're a little squishy, but they've still got their ways to play around the Monkey King, right? I mean, the Fire Spirits are very annoying, and the Dark Will, I mean, at the end of the day, he's going to be put into the Shadow Realm before you're actually able to build up that Jingu and actually have a hard-hitting Boundless Strike. So, definitely interested to see what he can do. Obviously, Aggressive Child is a bit of a master on this. Quite literally, he is Master Tier Monkey King. He will have played against it all, but we'll see what he's able to do on this. On paper, does not look easy for the Monkey King.
Well, you just answered my question as to why they picked it.
Because he's Master Tier.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why else you would pick it besides the fact that he is a specialist on the hero. He sees something with it. Maybe it's because they have the Enchantress as well, and he's like, I'm going to get away with the lane because Enchantress is such a boss laner. But Batrider is like the best hero to lane against Enchantress.
And it's the General Bat.
And it's the General Bat as well. So, I mean, we'll have to see if they can make it work, but I think they can, if, like I said, first 15, 20 minutes, if I'm seeing them making too many mistakes, if they don't have like a very commanding lead, I'm going to favor Na'Vi quite significantly.
Oh, yeah. That's the Spectre effect, isn't it? Motion.
And it's just, they have like pretty good Batrider versus not only the Monkey King, but also Mars. He's amazing versus both of these heroes. And I also see like Willow versus the Monkey King too. You pop Wukong's, he fears you out of it. You pop Mars ult, he can fears you out of it. Like there's a lot of different things that Roger can do to break the team fight that is very dependent about location on Winstrike with those double bubbles that we call.
Yeah, it does just seem like a very hard Monkey King game. Level 25 Monkey King player here. We'll see what Aggressive Child sees in the game that we don't right now. Got to pull it off. He had a pretty rough start to the last game. Did manage to pick it up a bit, but never to the point where he's catching up with Beach. pointed out, you know, if that sort of difference happens again in this game, it's just going to be so much harder to recover as a Monkey King compared to when he was a Juggler, a hero that was already not very good at recovering from a slow start.
Yep. And I'm looking at, man, I'm looking, and I'm feeling like Na'Vi actually just has pretty safe lanes too. Like bottom, they can try to apply pressure with the Rubik as well as the Mars, but I feel like Spectre, he eats this pressure just fine, especially because he starts with the Ring of Regen. He'll have the Fire Spirits and all coming from Phoenix to allow him to get better trades out of it. So I like the bottom lane. I like Lina versus Queen of Pain quite a bit too. I don't mind too much the Batrider versus the Enchantress. I think this is still a pretty good lane for Na'Vi too. So I feel like they have two very dominant lanes to make.
Yeah, well, we'll see in this mid lane, Iceberg
Dire's middle
just
tower is
holding the
under
wave in
attack.
the way that Relbal, he's sort of struggling to get close to it. Constant spam from the Lina, just so much pressure put on these first two levels by Iceberg.
He even gets the range creep denies. I think he got both. Side, we'll be able to get all these last hits pretty nicely under the tower, probably too. Lane set up here from Na'Vi. Yes, really liking it. It's not like it's a very unexpected lane setup. It's a very standard one. But the hero matchup that they're against, it works out for them. Always want to fly. He might have to be the one that dies down bottom, but I think he's dodging the spear.
Yeah, that spear just slightly off the mark. If DK Fogas hits that, there's certainly a kill.
I feel like they have to win this lane on Winstrike bottom too. I think Spectre's still going to get away with the farm though. Like, I don't think they're going to be able to pressure V-Tune that much. Like we said, I mean, they might get a kill or two on Always Want to Fly, but it's okay with it. Double ring of regen already done.
This mid lane is just already Iceberg getting a lead. I mean, last game, Relbal was having to go up against him as the Doom. I mean, do you think Relbal's going to be happier with this matchup compared to the Doom matchup, or do you think this is actually harder than playing Doom mid?
I think this is actually harder. I think Doom just naturally farms. I feel like Queen of Pain it's a volatile hero. And if you don't do well in your lane matchup, you make one or two missed rotations, your game is you just end your own game. I don't feel like this doesn't feel good to be Rebel at all. He's got no regen, he's got a salve coming out of the courier, but Iceberg is destroying this matchup.
And top lane,
aggressive.
He tried to chase him for Roger, but Roger was able to live with the Fairy Fire. Now General, the Firefly and the Napalm stacks building up. Aggressive charge and a whole lot of chop. He pops the stick charges, but it's too many stacks of Napalm. Get the kill, first blood onto aggressive charge. Na'Vi find it just before Winstrike themselves get the kill down bottom. Winstrike might get two of those. V2 very low. Will actually survive there. That little things helping him alive. So kills on both lanes, but Na'Vi the ones to strike first with the first blood.
That's what I'm on.
It's the carry of Winstrike.
And it is on General.
Yeah.
So you're enabling this Batrider, who already has a pretty good matchup up in this top lane. And yeah, General's going to be bringing himself out the bottle and the Wimbledon, so he'll be fully freshed up, and the runes will be coming on the next minute or so for those bounties. Don't have either side checking the 4-minute rune.
It's going to be down
Rebel.
to RNG.
Oh, if Rebel doesn't get this. One regen.
Oh, okay. He does. He gets an arcane.
Not very good run though, because he's still only 9 last hits to the 25 and 8 of the Lina, and he has no regen.
I mean,
This
this
is
mid lane is just complete destruction by Iceberg.
And he repos
Dire's
his bottle.
middle tower
Roger comes
is
in
under
into the
attack.
mid, so he'll be able to continue applying that pressure. I mean, this lane is kind of over.
Yeah, when Iceberg
Queen
has
of
the 6,
Pain.
Rebel can't step up. A Dragon Slave in a Laguna and he'll die.
Yeah, and Queen of Pain is a hero that is very about the laning phase. If you fall behind lane, like we were saying, it can just be disastrous for you. That's where you need to apply the pressure.
Top lane. We'll go on to General. Got the control there, but the bolt charges. General's actually able to live. The impetus as well, not enough to kill him.
Dire's courier
General
has been
not
killed.
quite going down there to these emphasis to Carlos, an aggressive child.
They at least get the kill down bottom again, so their Mars and their Rubik is accomplishing that. They're getting the Mars nice farm. They're slowing down the Spectre a little bit and picking up some kills, but yeah, these other two lanes not looking too great. As okay, so let's deal with the top Roger really quick with 2 points in Primal Spring.
That should help.
They need to make sure these side lanes do start picking up because yeah, mid lane is.
Level 6 to
Oh,
level 4.
dude, look at the CS. This is one of the more severe beatdowns we've seen in the mid lane. 32 and 17 against 9 and 1. This is Yeah, this is definitely the biggest beatdown we've seen him in. Whoa! He's out. He won't live, but still he's... I mean, is this really living? Got to walk all the way back to base. And this level 5 quad will just fall further and further behind Iceberg's Lina.
Free game for Iceberg, it seems like it's going to be for this Lina.
Radiant structures
Yeah,
are
a
fortified.
couple of areas you have to worry about on the gap close, but with this start, he's gonna have the 6-minute rune control, and he's gonna be able to pressure mid with the catapult wave. So Rebel, he has to go back to mid to make sure he doesn't lose his tower, but he can't actually do too much to hold it off.
Can he really? Can he hold it on his own?
He has to
get spammed out.
though. Yeah, but he can't, like, if he doesn't go mid, this tower is gonna die, and his rotation might not work this side, and then you've ruined the game. Like, you've ruined the whole game for your team if you do that as it's quap. So he has to just actually sit mid, kind of do this jungling on the side thing here to get as much as he can. But yeah, Iceberg is gonna start the pressure, so I want to see these supports be ready to rotate on the side of Winstrike to help out the quap when Iceberg gets aggressive. They have to help him. They have to help Rebel.
Top lane. Aggressive child. He's going to get the jump in. Looking towards Roger in general, but further lockdown on them there. Fine.
Rebel, every time he steps up, Iceberg is threatening him.
Yeah, Lagoon
He
is
just gets a Dragon Slave Lagoon. It's a kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Rebel, he can barely sort of get close enough to sort of
Can't
pull
even
the he's still not got his bottle. He has no regen. He's down to 300 HP. Step forward to pull these. Steps forward, he's dead. Flash.
Yeah, and they can't actually move. Enchantress, not the easiest to TP with. Rubik can rotate and try to set up, but Rebel's not healthy. He can't actually, even with the rotation, can't help.
Dire's
Can't
middle
receive the
tower
help.
is under attack.
Just, I've not seen a mid sort of just be this crazy. This
Dire's
tournament. Only 7 minutes and
has been
26 denies. It just continues. Top lane Roger will be able to get in and snipe the courier of Aggressive Child. Aggressive Child's going to look to try and chase. The Primal Spring is on top of Roger. Let's get hit by the root, but still able to lay down the boundless strike, find the kill. General, but check Aggressive Child. Why not the stacks to pressure the Monkey King? Will live. Again, just mid it twice. Another walk back to base. Rebel, he's finally got the bottle done. But 8 minutes in. Level 6 against the level 8 of Iceberg.
Yeehaw!
My god. It's more than double the net worth in the mid lane. 30 denies. They'll take away the regen at least. Ducalis finally makes a rotation to try to help out his Queen of Pain there. As we did see both Observer wards actually taken out. Ducalis D-wards up top, and the Rubik comes over and gets a D-ward in mid that they had the sentry placed for earlier. Iceberg denies it, but vision is taken away. That's
Radiant's top
two of
tower is
the
under
early
attack.
obs wards, so a little bit of limited vision for Na'Vi, but it's okay because the Queen of Pain is so shut down that you know she's not making any move.
Well, at least if she does, it's going to be very hard to actually have the burst and take these cores down, especially the Spectre.
She might just have to make moves around. I think with K-Focus is 6, now that the Mars, Mars has been 6 for quite some time, I think
Dire's
they might
middle
have
tower
to
is under attack.
look to try to make a pressure play onto the Spectre soon. Because Rebel's just going to get ganked soon. They're going to start making the rotations to mid to take out this tower. General in the area. Get a little 3-on-3 skirmish.
Tower. It's about to fall, Roger. A dagger to the side, but ward down due to that.
And they haven't slowed down the
Radiant's
Spectre's
top
farm.
tower
Lena's
is
free
under
farming.
attack.
Your Monkey King is farming and your Mars are farming, but you have to feel a little worried for Winstrike. They're gonna have to make some big stuff kick off with these ultis, Queen of Pain and Mars. I mean, mostly just for Rebel to try to have a fighting hope in this game. I mean, never. Usually when I see a position of co-op like this, I'm usually inclined to
Radiant
be
are
pretty
scanning.
afraid in this mid game that she's just gonna die once in the game ends.
Very hard to sort of imagine scenarios where this quad doesn't die anytime.
Yeah.
Turn up the team fight right now.
Oh, Yamich, looks like he's trying to get some D. He actually does find another D-ward, so they've taken out 3 of the op wards, but he'll have to pay with his life this time.
Rebel, got to run. He's at the blink, so won't be able to catch him here. Still just not able to offer much at all. Right now, top lane, Roger. Found, move over towards the bounty rune and kill off Roger. So aggressive Child's game. I mean, for the pressure that magic would be applied, he is doing well. This is definitely the signs of a master tier Monkey King, without a doubt. Considering lane set up in his off to a great start. 3 kills on him right now.
And let's see what he goes for. I feel like in this game he might have to go for something like Manta, maybe SNY or something. I'm not too sure. It all depends on how he wants to play this. So Manta looks good because of the Willow in particular. I will see, because there's a lot of players that all play differently. I know there's a phase where OG was picking and everyone was rocking Axe first.
Big moves. Everything blown onto Iceberg there was necessary. Roger, he's going to turn up. Try for Carlos here. Chasing him down. Bruce holds on to DK Focus. They come with the horn. Beats him. Daggers out. Takes down one. The fear. Big fear. And it's going to hold him close to the rest of Na'Vi. They got the damage. Lasso down. Onto Rebel. He'll fall as Na'Vi clean up. Strike able to make a deep patch out Iceberg. Very easily, Na'Vi turn up and turn it around.
It was deep. The play that they had to do, they had to commit everything to blow him up. I don't know if they actually needed the Sonic Wave there to pop him, but I think he wanted to get the last hit so he can get some type of gold. But we see General. He swoops in with the trio, as I call it, the Boots of Travel, the Windlace, and the Faded Brooch that Bat Riders always seem to find.
Under attack.
Super speedy. And now they're gonna have all their ultis available for Na'Vi, and they didn't really lose too much on that. And V2 is just fine with just being able to free farm with the space.
In terms of the top lane to that's comfortable for aggressive child to be around it.
General, he's stalking the Monkey King, trying to cut him out of the
Radiant's
trees.
middle tower is under attack.
He feels so confident with all this speed here. Very limited catch to try to stop General now that he is at 484 with Firefly.
I mean, it's just that in this mid game, there's a lot of ways to catch and the Monkey King whilst he's up in the trees, right? There are loads of ways to knock him down off them.
Radiant structures are
I mean, pretty much what most heroes have some sort of way to trip them up if they know which tree, you know.
Yeah, I mean the egg or the Icarus dive, the stun. Yeah, they have a lot of different tools to build, and they have the tools to scout him in the trees too, right? Like the Willow, the Bramble Maze gives you that vision too.
Under attack.
It does catch on too.
Dire structures are fortified.
That's why I was saying I didn't really. I was very curious to see why they picked the Monkey King. You know, it's in the eyes of aggressive child, and he's got that Aghanim's queued up, so he's got an idea of it for this game. But General. Maybe spotted him. Oh, he actually sees the Rubik for a second. Now they might actually get neither because of that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Try and go forwards, want to fly. No, he's got the supernova. Iceberg stepping over, they're trying to hit the egg, but they can't do so. Winstrike's got to run. DeCarlos is going to be held underneath the supernova as he'll fall. General trying to chase from what has Lasso up if he's able to get in.
Dire's top tower.
Charles able to jump away. Arena comes in from the side. They'll head in with the spears. Straight away, look at it burst down. The Dark Willow Sonic Waves in. That will do it. Roger goes down. Dies back up as always. Want to fly. Gets away. Found the strike in. Aggressive Child trying to chase these two. But the turns there with Laguna. He just jumped into his own death as they lose Aggressive Child. The stolen life drive does come into play though from Winstrike. As Yamich will manage to set up for Winstrike to clean up the kills. Lose Aggressive Child for the commitment, but they get the numbers thanks to that great stun for Ruben.
I'm okay with Aggressive Child jumping in like that too, because he gets the Primal Spring on everybody. They're all slowed down. Sure, he dies, but he gets them some pretty big core kills.
Radiant's middle
they do
tower
have to commit
is under attack.
again. All of their ultis except for that Wukong command, this time in a very defensive position, so not gonna be able to get anything out of that one. But some nice kills that they really desperately need for Rebel.
Still top
He's
of the charts right now.
Yeah, that's the big concern.
Pre-farm Spectre, it really is just a recipe for wins in this current patch and meta of Dota 2, unless you have some serious answers down the lines. I mean,
Radiant
as the game goes on, what sort of answers do they have for the Spectre? I mean, as you look towards the Monkey King, maybe he's going to get sort of the Silver Edge later on, but even then it feels like they're going to struggle killing off them all. Aggressive Child tries to jump away, but they're able to trip him up with Flame Break. They're running him down, and there is no help for the Monkey King. He attempted to push out. Burn out! On this bottom lane, but there's 3 members of Na'Vi ready to jump in.
They scanned the tree line, even. They scanned it, they knew he was there. They were even going to jump in beforehand. As soon as he jumps in, they were ready. Na'Vi. predicting the movement perfectly of that Monkey King.
Dire's bottom tower is under
I mean,
attack.
when you're playing Batrider too, it's not the hardest either. Like General is definitely very experienced, as we know on this Batrider, but also versus these Monkey Kings. Like he's always going to know or have an idea of where the split pushing is going to come at some points. Because it always happens with these Monkey Kings. These, you know, they hide, they wait for the Primal Spring to clear the 3-wicket fast. You're going to get caught.
Nearly halfway there. General going for the lasso on DK Focus, actually dropping an arena here.
That was what? That arena was really weird. Did he cast it before the lasso and it didn't get cancelled or something?
I think that must have been what it was. The only other explanation would have been that he was laying it down because he felt that he was going to have to step up into it and run from backup that was there with General, which there wasn't. But obviously he didn't know that. But either way, yeah, not an arena to be proud of. First down for 60 seconds. What he's able to do when he turns up as bottom. Always want to fly, tries for the Sunray TP out, but Yamich is able to catch him. Stops in and the kill goes the way of Aggressive Child. Get him closer towards this Aghanims. I'm really hoping that this Aghanims and some other, you know, like maybe the Orchid and everything for Queen of Pain, or the BKB, I guess, for Queen of Pain that she's gone for, is going to do something big, because it's only a 1k gold lead for Na'Vi, but you can just feel that taste in your mouth a little bit of. Yeah,
this Spectre is massive, and so is the Lina over the Queen of Pain, and even Batrider. Like, they have all these, and they have some crazy team fight coming together with it, with their support.
And just sort of the way they can make moves wherever they want is huge. Horn and bots on your other two cores. Like, all of these cores are, they're going to be ready to fight. We're seeing most of the time they're getting this action on their side of the map where Na'Vi pushes a little too far, but now when it comes to Winstrike moving on to Na'Vi's half, Na'Vi's going to be able to be very responsive with their bots and the Horn.
Yeah, it's a good call. I actually did not see that Iceberg finished his up too. So yeah, the global threat is there. Yeah. Batrider General not going to go for BKB this game. He's going to be going for those blinks to catch the Monkey King, catch the Mars in those tree lines. And I feel like it's just going to be a game of, like, a game of hunts for Na'Vi, where they're just constantly looking for kills for Winstrike, and I don't know when Winstrike can really just capitalize. I feel like they just have to counter gank and try to predict the move from Na'Vi.
Haste!
And they might be able to here in this area.
Looking fine. Horn's going to come out. They're going to be able to take down Yamich. The Iceberg got the control onto Aggressive Child. The Yule setup's in play. Aggressive Child gets first down. DK Focus trying to run, pushes the map. They got for abuse, but he's being burnt to pieces by the Sunray and the Light Strike. 3 kills just like it. It feels like that's only just... Na'Vi can play so fast and so global. Straight away down bottom. General, he's moved over. Lasso onto Carlos, drags him up onto the cliff. There's no escape for the Enchantress. It's just another kill for Na'Vi. That lead is like that sort of jumps from the 1k to the 4k, and it's very hard to sort of see how Winstrike's going to just turn that the opposite way with the heroes they have.
I'm really unsure of how they actually
look at these actions.
Actually do this. Oh my. He just finished the Mantha.
He's got a triple ancient stat pretty much here. So this diffuser blade is it's going to be so quick after the Manta.
There's just such limited moves that Winstrike can do now because of the way that the lanes went. Like this Queen of... Sure, he's 3-1-1, but it's a Queen of Pain that's going BKB first item because she's at this big of a deficit. She's got it done at a pretty decent recovery rate time, but will it actually help them inside the grand scheme of the fights?
Tower is under attack.
They'll at least be able to focus down the egg a lot easier.
Because any of these fights, as long as they're sort of always want to fly in position to help out V-Tune, even if they throw all 5 heroes onto the Spectre, V-Tune's probably going to be able to Manta and Dagger out at the jump.
Yeah, I don't think V-Tune's dying anymore. I think they have to go for the big team fighters, the squishy ones. Catch the Phoenix, catch that Willow in the back, catch General.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Like we said, that was the one weakness that Na'Vi had with this draft is lacking a little bit of a frontliner. It's just V-Tune really being that one. But they're always the ones initiating.
Radiant's
with this Blink Dagger. General on the hunt
Radiant's
again.
top tower is under attack.
Won't be able to find anybody in this area though. Yeah, they're building these levels too on the supports. The tome for Phoenix up to
Dire's
12, and
bottom tower
I
is
look at
under
the
attack.
support
Radiant's top
comparisons. You know,
tower
Phoenix
has
is always going to win versus Enchantress and Rubik. Phoenix is just such a crazy scaling hero in comparison.
Dire's
For
bottom
Winstrike,
tower
aggressive
is
child
under
has got
attack.
the Ags done. And after this, he's going to go back to look to finish off that Manta. Pointed out, just very essential this game, really, to have some sort of save early on.
Radiant are scanning.
It was hard for him to fight. In general, we'll walk up. They set the traps.
Back down. Question, is that enough to go for Roche? They're going to head into the pit.
Axe Monkey King's pretty good at it.
Yeah, that's true. Natus is definitely going to speed this up, but Navi, they know it's up. They are going to contest this. They've got ults themselves. Horn and Supernova at the ready, and also, of course, the fear from Roger can come into play around this pit.
Yeah, they're just going to get some vision here with the dagger. Lina has BKB finished as well. She's running over. They might have to try to force it if they don't want to give it up here.
This is risky. I don't know if they can stick around for this one.
Oh,
Bash
Bash.
down to aggressive. Now he's taking a lot of damage. He's trying to get the ult out. There's the guy going to shoot the ult. They have the burst down to Phoenix. The Roshan goes down with the Fears in play. But it doesn't matter. Aggressive Child was able to get the kill and pick up the Aegis. But still, Na'Vi are cleaning up despite that Aegis pick up from Winstrike. It doesn't matter. They take it out of the hands of the Monkey King straight away. Kill him off a second time. DK Bogas turns, pushes back Iceberg with the spear. But the Flame Break for General not seeing that. The Mars will fall. Triple kill for Iceberg. Only Relbal actually out of it all at the end of the day there. It's I mean, they get the Roche, but this was always going to happen. Navi's team fight around the pit was always going to come out on top. It's just a bit of a saving grace that Winstrike did stop Na'Vi from getting the kill or the Aegis, but it cost them a lot.
The fact that they can't win that fight, I mean, sure, they're already so low, but they start the fight. Killing the Phoenix before an ulti gets off. Batrider's not in the fight either. Lina's still running there, and they still just get decimated. This Spectre is just way too big. B2 just popped Taunt and took out almost everybody's HP. Did 4,000 damage in the fight. So about 1,000 damage to each hero. That's pretty much their entire HP pool. And then he's able to focus fire and take out that Monkey King who's in the middle of everything. And that, like we said, that was kind of Na'Vi playing without... That was them playing with like 3.5 heroes in a way, because Iceberg showed up at the end. General still didn't have to use Lasso because he showed up as the fight was ending, and without a Supernova.
Dire's top tower is under
So
attack.
for Winstrike, that is kind of a tell of how unfortunate this game is really going to feel these next few moments too.
You always want to fly, diving over the side. He's going to drop down the Supernova. BKB popped the Rebel. He's trying to take down the egg, but the lasso's there. He's launched that Rebel through the BKB. The Rubik's been taken out on the back of it all as V-Tune has managed to find him. And over towards DK Bogas too as his two head on Winstrike over the river. They burst down Rebel. They just cannot win these fights at all. Winstrike, V-Tune just taking over the game. It does not look good. It does not look good for Winstrike right now. They are only falling further and further behind, and
Dire's
it's
middle
very
tower
hard to
is
sort
under
of form
attack.
any sort of equation with the heroes they have that results in them turning this around.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot because of the draft. They drafted themselves what I would say a lot of just laning. You know, they pick Enchantress, they pick Queen of Pain. These are two heroes that I feel you have to win your lane. If you don't win your lane, your mid game is going to be really complicated. It's just going to be a lot more difficult than usual. And they didn't win those. They actually got smashed, in fact. And Navi's draft, it all works together really well. With this Spectre, with this Phoenix, with this Bat, everything synergizes very nicely.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, there's not a lot of hope here. Winstrike, they're going to have to really pray some type of mistakes.
You mentioned the Sun always want to fly Archie Dove, but now aggressive Charlie's got to put the ulti there, and then on top of the arena is down. They have got the Spectre, V-Tune falling low. They've got the damage to take him out. He's able to put the man to step inside. He's still alive. Iceberg steps over. Vincere from Relbal. The Horn's there. He's able to jump out and away. Laguna comes down onto Relbal. V-Tune will live. They do lose the back, but the root and the stun is holding them all in position. The light track away from Iceberg follows up. Triple kill for him. Only to Carlis and Aggressive Child left alive. As Aggressive Child will make it away. To Carlis will not. This is an ultra kill for Iceberg. They just cannot fight Na'Vi at all. As Iceberg even taunting them there, just running up, tanking the tier 3s. I mean, he knows that this game, it really does feel over.
Yep, they couldn't. I mean, they were actually very close to getting V-Tune, but
They nearly did.
a little bit too tanky. That's just all the insane items that have really been picked up for him. Just making it that much tankier. Is this actually happening? He's solo killing him. I think he might call it on that one.
I might call it on that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, that just happened.
Yeah. He also landed a 3-person cursed crown up top, I believe, on the Enchantress when they all got stunned earlier, so. And then lasso. Oh,
you just seen the carry die, now you'll see the mid go.
That was hot.
It's getting rough. This is definitely a painful one here for Winstrike, there's no doubt about it. As Na'Vi now at 20k. With this, and it's not even sort of the Spectre seen in the show, you know, Iceberg, he's 3k ahead of his incredibly farmed Spectre. I mean, this, and he obviously did get the start and was rewarded for just playing as perfectly as he did in the lane. He demolished the mid lane, and ever since, he's just been having a beautiful game.
Yeah,
Dire's top
absolutely
tower is under attack.
Let's just look at the last step. 42 denies, you know. He doesn't have those 42 denies for no reason.
Straight up
one of the higher.
From him.
Yeah. Oh, Winstrike. You know, usually it's like last hurrah smoke, but I don't feel like any. You know, their team fighters really bring together last hurrah. Okay, they're gonna try it. Okay.
Just come out. Here we go.
There we go.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is, the last chance here from.
Who's the target? This might be just to kill somebody in a GG out, right? I feel like this is one of those scenarios where it ends up being one of those. So whoever is your friend or you guys know a little bit on the enemy team here, that's your target. You kill him and then call.
It's just so hard to make this sort of news when there's a Spectre, right? And as soon as you show, V-Tune's going to be pressing R.
Dire's top tower.
They're actually going to go for him.
If you can, that's probably the dream now. You have to jump him. You can't jump anyone else.
Can they change on him? I don't think so.
We'll see. Going to be able to spear him. The arena. He's getting low. Found this out as well. Stunning wave. Do it. Got him. They do it. They take the V2. Now can they get out without all dying? That's the question. 3 dead, 4 dead. Down. Make that 5.
Nope. They're all dead.
And there we have it. GG is called Na'Vi. I mean, they did make this one look pretty simple and easy here, as just from the mid lane onwards, Iceberg destroying Realmal, and it was a Spectre game. He was ahead all the time. Iceberg was even further ahead all the time on the Lina, and